is me or you? Obviously, it's you. Oh, it's me. You think I'm stupid? Well, Einstein said that there are only two things that are infinite. The first is the universe, and the second is human stupidity. I'm not sure about the universe, but I'm very sure that human stupidity is very, very infinite. So in this lesson, we are going to learn different words and idioms to describe this infinite human stupidity which you find almost everywhere. All kinds of people, there'll definitely be 10 stupid. Okay, so let's look at the words that we have with us first. We also have a set of idioms, but we'll come to that later. First, we'll look at the words. So the first word that we have is slow. Okay, now this is a very indirect way of saying that someone is stupid. Who do you think might use this word? Okay, a teacher might use this word to describe her student who is not able to understand things very well. Okay, so if her student doesn't understand things very well, she could tell that student's mother, Mark is a bit slow, or Mark is rather slow. This means he doesn't understand too well. Okay, now whenever we use slow, please never forget to add bit, or rather, if you say that he's slow, it means that he's slow in general, okay, which means that he's slow in about doing everything. But if you say that he's a bit slow, or rather slow, this means that his understanding is slow and he's not able to understand things too well. And this is a polite way of saying that someone is stupid, okay? Yeah. So, bit slow or rather slow. Okay, now if this is what the teacher has to say about your son, you would sure not like it and you'll definitely defend him. In response, you'll say, no, he just struggles with math, which means that he only does not understand math, or maybe maths is too difficult for him. So if someone struggles with something, it's very difficult for them to do something. Struggle means very difficult to do something. Now here also, although you're trying to say that someone is not stupid, but if they're actually struggling with something, their understanding is a bit slow and weak, so this can be a good way to defend politely that someone is not stupid. Okay, the next one we have is dim. So dim is often used like slow, okay, but it's not only used for students, you could use it for anyone. You could say, her husband is a bit dim, which means that he doesn't understand things very quickly. So if someone cracks a joke, it takes a while for her husband to understand that it was a joke and everyone was supposed to laugh. So dim means slow to understand. So possibly the last person to laugh over a joke would be the most dim person around you. Okay, the next one we have is vacuous. Now we are getting to a slightly more advanced level of stupidity and also of vocabulary. So this is a slightly hard word. It's pronounced as vacuous. It's got 3 syllables, but you don't say vacuous, you say vacuous, okay? So now vacuous is a person, actually vacuous is an expression. You cannot use it to say that, okay, this person is vacuous. You wouldn't say that. You might want to say that his expression was vacuous. Vacuous means, you know, when your face shows that you're not intelligent and that you're not understanding anything. So if you're sitting in an exam hall and you don't know anything, you know, you read the question paper and you know nothing at all, then you have a vacuous expression on your face, which means you don't understand anything and there's zero sign of intelligence on your face. Okay, so that blank expression of stupidity is called as a vacuous expression. Blank expression of stupidity. So my friend Rachel, whenever she drinks, she has this vacuous expression on her face after that. She just understands nothing. If you come and poke her, she won't even know. She'll just look at you in a very strange way with a very flat and blank face like she didn't understand anything. So that's when you act really stupid and blank without any expressions. Okay, the next one we have is inane. So this word is used for stupid comments. So if someone makes a stupid comment at you, a comment that has no meaning, very often we hear such comments, that people just say comments that have no meaning. So let's say you were talking to your friend about a particular topic, and a person who is overhearing you, definitely not a stranger, but someone you know, just makes a useless comment that has no meaning. So that's an inane comment or inane remark. So inane comment or remark. It means a silly comment, okay? A comment that has no meaning. I think the best person to ignore inane comments is a teacher. So when she's in the class, I mean, as for me also, when I'm in the class, I have so many students making inane comments, but I have to ignore because those comments really don't have a meaning. Okay, so now we look at the next one that we have, someone who is not that bright. Okay, now this is also a very polite way of saying that someone is a bit stupid, all right? Now, in English, we often use positive words, like bright is a positive word. It's used for a person who is very intelligent, okay? So she's very bright, which means she's very intelligent. Now when we say he's not that bright, this means that he's not very intelligent. He's stupid. And this is again a very polite way to say the same thing. So you could say he's not that bright or he's not the sharpest. Sharpest also means someone very intelligent. Or you could say that they are the less intelligent lot in the class. Now here also you're using a positive word to express something negative. Okay, stay with me. Now we are coming to the more interesting part, and that is some humorous and funny part to talk about someone who is stupid. So these are the things that you could often use in general, with people who are close to you or not even close to you. So, but the one that we are coming to now, this is a caution note. You do not use it with people who are not very close to you, okay? Because this might be a bit offensive. So the first one we have is no Einstein. So Einstein obviously is the great intelligent scientist. And if somebody is no scientist, this refers to a person who acts like he's very intelligent, but everyone feels that he's very, very dumb. So when he says something while he's thinking that he's making a very intelligent remark and you feel, okay, that was pretty stupid, you say that, hey, you're no Einstein. And you could say that to a friend. To someone who thinks he's very intelligent. Okay, this is very long. Someone who thinks they're intelligent, but apparently they are not. Okay. The next one we have is someone who doesn't have much between the ears. Okay, so what do you have between your ears? You have your brain. But someone who does not have brains is pretty stupid. And this is an idiomatic expression, to refer to a person who is very stupid. All right? So if you think that someone is acting really stupid, you could say that he doesn't have much between the ears. And you could say that, okay, I think he's pretty good looking, but I'm sorry to say he hasn't got much between the ears, which means he's not very intelligent. Not very smart. Okay, now the next idiom we have is my favorite. It's called couple of sandwiches short of a picnic. Okay. So if you need a picnic, you need a lot of sandwiches, but there's this person who is a few sandwiches short of a picnic, which means he's not very smart. He's quite stupid, okay? So I have a friend and his name is Mark, all right? Okay, Mark is listening, but it's okay, even if he's listening. So recently he told me he's starting a business where he's going to sell bees. You know, bees as pets. So who would want to keep bees as pets? You can't even contain them. And I was like, dude, you must be a few sandwiches short of a picnic. So this is someone who's quite stupid. There's another variation to it which says that few bricks short of a load. Okay. Now we look at the next one. So this is also a very funny way of telling someone that they're very, very stupid, like completely stupid. You might say that you have the IQ, which is intelligence quotient. In other words, you're as intelligent as something. In this case, if you say you have the IQ of a wet tea bag. So what do you think is the intelligence of a wet tea bag? Do you think it's smart enough to walk or do anything? No, right? It's got just no intelligence. The same way if you tell a person you have the IQ of a wet tea bag, it means that they're very stupid. You can put anything there, but it's got to be something very funny. You could say that you've got the IQ of a jellyfish or a wet tea bag or a tomato soup for that matter. Okay. So this is someone, again, very stupid. Now we look at the last one, and this is someone as thick as two short planks. Now first looking at the grammar, this is a simile because we have two as here, okay? So it's a simile. We are comparing two things, and what are the two things that we are comparing? Okay, so thick is used to talk about someone's brain, okay? So we are comparing someone's brain's thickness to two planks of wood. So this means that person is as stupid as the thickness of two planks of wood. So someone who is exceedingly stupid, no wonder, exceedingly stupid. So thick is used as an expression to talk about someone who's stupid. You could just say, oh, come on, you're very thick, or you're thick, which means that they're stupid. Now we come to an end of the lesson where we have learned different ways to say how stupid somebody is. If you want to say it more politely and indirectly, and if you want to be very direct and humorous, then you have these ways to say that they're very stupid. I hope you're not feeling stupid after watching this lesson and you've understood everything. This is Michelle saying bye-bye.